Hello, and welcome to the latest MarTech Challenge, getting your data from Tealium into Domo. My name is Derek Hatcher, and I'm a Senior Solutions Consultant here at Tealium. We often hear every day, we've got data, and we don't know how to get it from point A to point B. Tealium offers the world's largest extrapolated footprint to be able to collect audiences as well as every single event, both online and offline, and then be able to distribute it to your endpoint of choosing. Today we're going to be talking about how we take that information that we're collecting, both server side and client side, and pass it into Domo. To go one step deeper into that data collection portion, you'll notice here at the very top, we collect data across both online and offline channels. We then use our Teal data layer to normalize that data, and then we pass that information both client side and server side based on what's important to you and the business, but we also pass it right back to you via something called data access, which you'll notice in the purple. This is where we'll take both the event and audience level data in a couple of different format flavors and pass it directly to those partners to do BI and visualization. Today, again, we're going to focus on Domo. As I just mentioned, that information comes in a lot of different flavors, but we really create what's called this unified data set. You then have the ability to set streams up, and a stream can be something like only people who've come from a certain region, only people who come through a mobile device, me as my VIP customers. You have a myriad of different formats in which you can stream that out. The idea, of course, is that if you're looking for a needle in a haystack, we want to make that haystack a lot smaller. We also have the ability to store that data for you, or pass it and do the ETL process into something like a Redshift instance so that a visualization tool like Domo can sit right on top of that. Let's see this all in action. So Tealium offers, again, this supply chain in which you can see within the UI at a glance, choosing the different data sources that are actually important to you, again, directly from the web, or potentially some other data sources, including offline, that are important to you. And then deciding which events you do, not counting the number of events that can be received, and ensuring that the events are inspected so that they meet the criteria that you've set up, as well as the actions that are important to you and those connectors. So of course those connectors can be things like your analytics solution and other partners. But today we're really going to focus on data access. And again, it has a couple different flavors, the storage and also the ETL into the database, both event and audience. And so again, you can see here the data sources and the numbers associated with each, and then kind of the endpoints that are important to them. And I'm really going to show you that also within the flyout section here. You'll notice in our left-hand nav, when you go into data access, you'll see the exact same labels. So now you can go through the process, and today we're going to look at maybe some event level data of number one, selecting the credentials that are actually important to you. So you'll be able to take this information and input it directly into Domo, along with getting your password level information, as well as actually being able to see that data layer I was mentioning just a little bit earlier. So that teal data layer actually normalizes your data, so when you're thinking about each one of the attributes that you want to collect, we actually pass it through in your own nomenclature. This will be very important. Now let's jump into Domo and see what this actually looks like. First, you're going to go through the process of actually deciding, hey, what information do I want to collect? Here we're going to go ahead and decide that Amazon Redshift is going to be what we're going to choose. So we're going to go ahead and get that data. We'll then go ahead and select a Redshift instance that's important to us. I've done that ahead of time, but this is where you put your credential information. You'll then go ahead and select a table that's important to you. Today I collected the all the events table. What's really nice with Domo is it gives a really crisp, clear visualization of exactly what elements or attributes you're going to be using. So you can actually select all of them, or you can select potentially one that's really important to you. And they actually go ahead and build out your SQL query for you. So now you can actually see very quickly what information you might be collecting. So in this example, it could just be a specific VIP cookie, or I could use a star and just do a wildcard. Once you've done that, it will validate that for you. You can then select the time in which you'd like to update data back into Domo. Again, that can be based on business need. And then finally, simply name the data set as to what you see fit. So we'll call this the Domo demo. You'll then be able to decide exactly what you want to build out. So when you get this information, you can actually design a new card or update an existing. I've actually built out a couple of cards for simplicity today. It can be information such as I want to understand what screens my visitors are actually looking at in my app. It could also be key information about how your opt-out trend has changed over time. This is really important in the world of GDPR and New California protection, as well as just kind of visually being able to see, well, how many people have opted out and opted in total? So a lot of great ways to not only look at operational level data that you might see here, but mobile, but traditional marketing. So at any point in time, if you want to say, I want to have a better understanding of the different channels that have actually affected conversion, you can actually go through each one of these. Most importantly, what I wanted to show here is that Domo has great options in terms of being able to distribute, update, as well as print out the different visualizations. As well as if you go into edit, what you'll start to notice is that exact same data layer we were looking at earlier is actually available to you right here. So again, whether it's marketing that you're interested in, consent management, that data layer remains completely consistent in terms of what's being captured, as well as your data layer turns into your data schema within Domo. So it makes it really easy to go from events and audiences that are being captured to insights that can be done here seamlessly within a very beautiful interface of the Domo solution. So with that, we just took a quick tour. I'd like to thank you for your time today. I'd also encourage you to go to tealium.com/challenge and submit some challenges that you may be facing, and we'll be able to maybe come back and do a video about it. If you have any questions for me personally, again, my email is derek.hatcher@tealium.com. Thank you again for your time.